Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor and welcome to some closed alpha for Rainbow Six Siege. My first impressions as I played through on a live stream for 2.5 hours and got in a couple private rounds once I figured out how to record with Shadowplay because my DX story did not work. We are the attackers. I selected my class. You get one of each. We have offensive based abilities. They have defensive based abilities. And everybody on the attackers gets robots, all 5 of us, and that's the name of the game. Find the hostage. It makes it easier to siege. And if your robot stays alive, you can go back to it at any point in time and remaneuver it. Why would you want to do that? Because you always see the hostage when you're looking, is because simply you want to figure out where the bad guys are. How many are in a specific room. So you're going to see I've got charges. I'm not even going to use those. You can melee those, and that's the hit marker. As you wall people, because pretty much this entire house is wallable, including several spots in the floors, you're going to get hit markers. The cool thing is when you die in this game, it gives you a damage basic readout. If a guy domes you in the head, you're going to see massive, massive damage. What weapon he had, there is a kill feed. And it constantly tells you 4 on 3, 4v4, so you kind of know what's going on. The bad news is there is no push to talk. VoIP is always on, so most people just disable it. And that's really rough to play with a group of pickups when you're not talking with each other. There's one other guy that is using VoIP. Hats off to him because we work pretty well. And I'm still trying to figure out, do I want to shoot this? Do I want to melee it? It takes 1, 2, 3 different melee shots, and that guy's kind of pre-firing that spot. As you can see, the bullet holes are coming through. And I actually get cheesed by this. See that little spot he knocked out? You could knock out a single spot with a couple shots, and then, of course, they can peek through that super campy-like. So the attackers have offensive-based abilities, and, of course, the defenders have defensive-based abilities, such as armor plates, which increase the damage they take in the chest, the body, the arms, the legs, but not so much the head. Headshots rule supreme, and a lot of weapons take more than one headshot to kill you, depending on the range, and the shotguns just weren't all that impressive. And there you see me knocking down something else as I wall this guy and get the kill. Now, they are still alive. It's kind of like this juggernaut-y thing where they can be revived. Now, if they come to revive, when you go to that revive animation, if you're the guy helping them up, they cannot shoot, you cannot shoot, and they come back at half health. And I don't know if they can be revived multiple times, more than likely no. And that took enough bullets at one melee, knocked that down basically. So I know this guy's here, and here's kind of like the first little encounter. So see that wall there? Looks good to the right, correct? Banged me out through it. Now, check this out. Did he have a wall? Did he not have a wall? And he did. He waited till I picked up the hostage. Smart play. And as you can see, there are quite a few glitches here. So now we're going to be on the other side as we lost that round. And they're already starting to breach here. I have a different class, and I actually forgot to throw down my armor plates, and I bit the big one right there. So I'm going to get up. He can't shoot. He can't see anything else but my body as he gives me the helping hand. I come back up at health. So I kind of mess up my class as we are the defenders. And I have a shield I can put down. That's right there to my right. That's pretty helpful to kind of block off a spot more than anything else. As you can see, that guy's just toast. There's nothing I could do. And right there, get another spray and pray. So it's important to kind of shoot the bodies if they're kind of in this upright movement-based position. Once you get killed, you can still scooch around. You can go around the corner and whatnot. That's the name of the game. When the defenders barricade everything, and certain defenders have barricades that actually go up on the drywall, believe it or not, so people can't wall you. All this drywall stuff, all this stuff is wallable, right? All these interior walls, you can pretty much tell if it looks like it's painted, if it looks like it's drywall, as I get banged through the window by a wonderful DMR. So pretty good positioning. That's how quickly these rounds can go downhill. So some of the negatives about this game. The first one is there is no click to zoom. It is only hold to zoom. The player movement feels really clunky. Now, when you die, you can either go in these cameras or actually go in your player's view from your teammates, and you can actually talk when you're dead in the in-game VoIP. Now, another thing that's disabled in Alpha because it was bugged was the party ability to join. You can join with 5 people. It's just broke right now. So there is no click to zoom. There is no party join function right now. You can't join with 3 or 4 or 5 people. But one of the developers told me that that's just broken right now, and they're trying to fix it. And then a bunch of the stuff that I kind of talked about as building blocks of an FPS, this is kind of missing. The developer did say that they have been working on some of those, but he was not specific to which ones. So the click to zoom is not in there. The push to talk VoIP is not in there. And the custom ability to raise and lower people. So here's one of my offensive abilities. This is actually like a little flash stun gun-ish bot. I get him twice. I actually died to this thing on live stream. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. So I had my insertion bot, and then that's a secondary bot I kind of throw down, and this guy's got some breaching charges, and I've got another one left if I really want to throw that down. So we're up 5v4 as I drop another person named the Miss Vixen, and the question is that player dead? Are they getting revived? Almost shoot a teammate, and you can tell that's not dead yet, but no one's gonna be coming for them. And I think, wait a minute, there's a bad guy to my left. No, that's my friendly shooting through the wall to the right. So that's actually a FAMAS that I'm using, and that's my next knock on this game. There are no optics. Everything is irons in this game. There are some things that have good irons. There are some things that have horrific irons. Absolutely brutal. This is all close quarters gameplay. There are only 2 maps available. There's an airplane and there's this house. So why not give us some close quarter type optics, some red dot type optics? So we don't need 8 cogs or 6-time optics, but something, because irons are just a thing of the past for me. A lot of people say, oh, X Factor, I love irons. Great. You're going to have all the irons you want in this game. And here we are, and we are trying to figure out where these guys are, and we're defending again. So I'm actually going to go outside. Now I'm revealed in 2 seconds, but you can get your flankety-dank on. You can always see the friendlies. I can't repel, of course, because I don't have that ability. And you take pretty good fall damage in this, but the ability to kind of work the entire map as a defender is something that is not really predictable yet to a lot of these offensive players. They're like, okay, we're in the airplane, we're in the house, we don't have to worry about it. Get your butt outside, get your flankety-dank on, you will clean up. I can't tell you how many times on live stream or playing a couple of rounds that I would flank and kill 2, 3, 4 guys and make sure they were not reviable. So there you see that quickly 4v1. And you do have pistols, but you have so much ammo. Part of that is due to the fact that a lot of people are going to be spraying through walls. It's full damage. That's my kind of next knock on this. If you're going to be doing wall sprays and you don't know where people are, there should be damage reduction through somebody's surface just to keep people from spraying, pretty much keep them honest. And my next kind of knock is there's no recoil. There's no spread. Everything is mouse button 1. There's this random optic swayish recoil depending on the weapon that you're using, but pretty much never let off the trigger and just try to counter it best as possible. But all these fights are so close quarters, you don't need to let off. And here's a breach position, but obviously I'm stuck here. I could have probably used a little bit better positioning, but I didn't. And I'm going to figure out once I go prone, I'm going to fall from the heavens, even though this guy saw me. So that's a trade right there, if you guys didn't notice there. So the hit registration is pretty good, but it feels laggy. That's another one of my things. Is this not dedicated servers? Which would be an absolute nightmare. Even though this is 5v5, that would be an absolute nightmare. Because if you're talking about a 5v5 tactical, possibly competitive shooter, you need proper refresh rates and, of course, hit registration as I wall another guy through one of the panels. Reload first, then chase. If you do go sprint, it will cancel your reload, so be very, very careful. Hipfire isn't the best in this game, nor really should it be. As you kind of see me hipfire dance here. And don't fix that. The ragdoll. Saw that quite a few times. Hilarious as I get killed while trying to reload again. This game shows a lot of promise. I had a ton of fun playing this. There are bugs. It is a closed alpha. It is missing some of the building blocks that a proper FPS should have, especially a potentially tactical and competitive one. When we're talking 5v5, a split second matters. I would love to see some basic optics in the game. I'd love to see the clunky movements cleaned up. It just feels weird. Add some recoil. This game should not play like COD. You should not be able to hold mouse button 1. Never let off and be absolutely accurate with very little penalty. By adding that penalty and making people think about their actual position, their mechanics, if they're strafing and shooting, are they hip firing and spamming, it introduces a skill gap, lengthens some of those time to kills. The best man would usually, or woman, win that gunfight. It's not just who sprayed first and sprayed the longest, basically. The last knock I have, and this may come later, or it's a designer vision, is there is no FOV slider. I know Blizzard is not going to have an FOV slider because they want to make it quote-unquote fair for everybody. Well, this FOV is basically non-existent. Again, I had a ton of fun playing this game. It shows a lot of potential. I'm going to be keeping my eye on it and see what kind of changes the developers can make between now and then if there is an open or closed beta. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.
Victory.